Hi, Mutu.
Hi, Susan. Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Fine, thanks.
Hey guys.
Uh, Thank you
Hello.
so much, Martin and Jonas, for the previous meeting. That was really helpful. We got a better understanding now.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
while we waiting then, what's your conclusion then, Mutu?
No, we really do not know how we can build resource blocks. Initially, we thought there are like post calls. We can just make a resource blocks by making some like action, something like that. Now it is it was told that we need to add an intelligence to build the resource blocks. That's a challenging part from our side, so we need to take care of that. That's one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, no, I get your point, right? And some dynamic. Yeah. the- Do we create that as a ODIM specific thing then, right? Because obviously the composition service would be hosted within ODIM itself. So,
Yeah.
and do we create that ourselves? But then how do we keep that synchronized with the actual resources and all of that, right? That's, yeah, that's a
That's a kind
puzzle.
of challenging part. So when there is a system resource added, that should be notified to the composition service to build the resource blocks.
Yeah. And then the resource zones as well, making sure that you can only compose the resources that are part of the zones. So you've got to have quite intimate details then about how the stuff could actually interact with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
Are you guys talking about this morning's discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this sinking feeling like whatever is in the spec is just not really how the implementations would want to be, right? I
Yes, Alex.
I would
Well,
imagine, some fairly sophisticated composition environments evolving that are maybe has a very graphical user experience, and they will be the ones setting all the stuff up, not the, service specific implementation.
so the thing is, it's not in the spec, right? They are discussing what's going to go into the spec. So we all have, at least on the Intel and HPE side, we have representatives in those discussions.
Yeah.
So I think we need to funnel our requirements in there, right?
It would be, yes, I agree, Jonas. I mean, whatever's there is a good start, but I don't feel that it's future proof in any sense. So, so that's always a risk, right? If we want Redfish to be successful, it has to work not only for use cases that exist today, but it's got to have at least some level of foresight into the future. And some of the things that they said today were kind of well, just sort of surprising to hear from a standards body, but it is what it is.
This is, yeah. Well, I think we should write that up and send it their way if we feel there is something missing, because we're gonna live with this thing. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm
so what are
I'm so
we?
sorry. Hey,
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I came in a little late and I missed the. Just give me the 30-second summary of that. It sounds like it was an important. Something happened.
Yeah, we had a because AMI is getting ready actually to start their work on the composition service. We reached out to the task force group in the MTF that is currently putting together the next generation composition service, and we had a little meeting with them this morning, and we were just Alex was just expressing that there are some pieces missing, and we just concluded that we need to funnel that back to them and make sure that they get that, and because we're gonna end up living with this thing. So when they release it, it is what it is. I mean, we can change it. It's just that everything takes time, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
One other thing, Jonas, we had similar problems, or there were similar problems observed with other standard specifications, and that is the real problem is the pace of innovation. And what does it mean to be able to introduce new hardware, new composable components in a way that doesn't require a spec change every single time? Because a spec change means there's a new rev and every vendor has to agree to implement that revision. Having a certain amount of extensibility, for example, and being able to define new resource blocks, that's pretty key to me. Because who knows, there's hopefully an ecosystem of companies that will create elements of that composable disaggregated infrastructure. And if somebody creates a new piece and they can't make use of it because the spec has to change, and that takes 6 months, that concerns me.
Mm. Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good discussion. There, just to talk a little bit what I stuck on the agenda. I wanted to sort of see if we can get through the release process. We don't need to have details. There is one key thing: should we have maintenance releases or not? And then also, where are we on the LFN developers and networking content development? We and also as far as schedule goes, because we've started looking at things like the demo, and we want to know what day we are going to end up on, just to make sure everybody are available and this type of thing. So that's the only thing I had on the agenda. Is there anything else somebody wants to put in? I mean, we can certainly discuss the composition service impressions, or we can do that also on a proposal meeting, but whatever people want to stick in there.
I think this may not be, and most of us are in the US, and the inauguration is about to start in about half hour. If there's a way for us to finish the meeting so we can watch that might be a good thing.
I agree. I would really
I
like to
agree
see
totally.
Okay.
I
So then let's not stick more things on the agenda then, right?
Yes.
that. Okay.
Okay, good. So release process, just to do a summary, and I'm not sure I'm hitting all the spots, but I think we had a proposal from HPE, and it entitles basically on a high level that we will have 2 main releases every year, end of January, end of July, I guess, and then there would be 2 maintenance releases in between then, and so what was brought up a little bit from Alex was that should we have maintenance releases, or should people just wait for the next release? So that's really, and the reason it becomes a little bit urgent is we are obviously getting ready to release, and we're going to have the 2101 release, and then the question is, should we then after that start thinking about the maintenance release and create some sort of a branch for that? So because we just want to see fixes in there, right? And no new features. Or should we just not have a maintenance release and just continue working like all the way to July, and that's when we get the next release? And I want to see viewpoints. I mean, I guess we have argued in both directions, and we can do that again, but in the interest of time, I guess it's if you want to say something, Alex, perhaps you do it like with time constraint.
Yeah, just really quick. It doesn't have to be a set of extremes, like either we do it or we don't do it. I think the other option is to increase the cadence of releases as we see fit, and if we find that there's a significant number of bugs, well, that could constitute a release. My concern is simple. I'm not sure how many companies will be in a position to commit enough resources to work on the main line and the maintenance at the same time. And I don't mean the companies that participate today, but companies that might participate, in the expanded, sort of membership model that LF will create for us. And just judging by looking back at my own app experience, it became a problem. It was basically, a fight for resources because companies don't have infinite resources. That's all I'm going to say. And that was my motivation for kind of suggesting that maybe we avoid maintenance as much as we can, and unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I hear you. My counter argument to that was a little bit that I don't see the overhead of a maintenance release more than, because when we are releasing and people are identifying bugs, they're going to log those bugs as issues. Or in the future, if we hit LFN, they're going to log them as perhaps Jira tickets. And then we are going to fix them. And those fixes will go into the development branch, just like they always do. So the existence of a maintenance release would just mean that the fixes will go into this release branch as well. That's the only difference I see. Of course, then when you say testing and testing for releases, that's obviously something that is going to have to happen even on a maintenance release, that somebody will grab it and test it, and we will have an RC period. And if nobody does that mean that we are not going to release the maintenance release, or does it mean that we can still release it and it is what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, consider that projects like ONAP had a dedicated integration team that actually would manage the entire release process and test the integration of all the piece parts. Even though individual development teams would do their own testing, they were still the final gate for getting something out that was coherent. I would imagine, given the importance of what we're doing and the interfaces involved, we would want to have probably something similar. And then
I think though that like you pushed for before, Alex, we can sort of take it in steps. Right now, we don't have a lot of sub projects, so we don't probably need to man up an integration team.
Yeah.
Eventually, we might need to. Hopefully, we have to, right? So I'm thinking, if we do a maintenance release, that would mean that then in end of April, we will get 21.01.1 probably. We don't know what the last digit will stand for, but it will be a maintenance release. I don't think it has to be the month. And then that might not been tested as much as the full release. But bear in mind, there are no new functionality in that maintenance release. So obviously, it doesn't require the same amount of testing. It's just there to address some of the issues.
I agree with most of what you're saying.
Except the very last part.
The very last part I'm a little concerned about. I think hardening a release is hardening a release. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how much was changed. You'll be shocked and surprised how many instabilities 2 lines of code could introduce.
I agree. So you need to go through all the test cases. The question is whatever is in the CI/CD enough, or do you need to do it on a system level? You're right, Alex. I would love for others to just view voice their opinions here. Otherwise, I think we'll have to take a vote. And I see three alternatives there. One is no maintenance releases, just regular releases, like it is today. Second is somewhere in the middle, no maintenance releases, but perhaps 3 releases a year or something in that case. And the third one is we do have 2 releases a year, and we do have 2 maintenance releases a year. And anybody else have viewpoints here that we can take into this vote? That's a little concerning, I guess. Do we have enough people to vote here? We have HPE, we have Intel, THO. We have
AMI.
AMI. Yes, we do. We do. Do you think it's a good idea to vote on this so we can move on?
Yeah, we can. I mean, at least we then have a decision, and we'll, we can always change our minds
Yeah.
later, right? That was gonna say that that could be, that's always an option. It's not like what we're doing is going to be cast in stone. So
Yeah, we need to have a good name for the release as well, according to Luis here, and I think that's
Yeah, we
that's,
need to come up with a cool name. We need
Yeah.
to come up with a cool name. So I tell you what, if we don't have a name, let's think about some themes, and then
Yeah.
we can maybe come up with a name based on a theme.
we're back to that. Okay.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
not get
they-
in there now though, because I'm just getting ready to vote. So do you think it's good to have
Yes.
three alternatives there? Nobody else is voicing their opinion, so I expect you to get to reply on that, Alex. Do you think 3 alternatives, so like I outlined them, right?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so
that
you
will be
got no maintenance, and 3 a year. Are those actually the same?
No,
And
I
2
no, I think
major,
it's
2
two.
maintenance.
I think
No.
it's 3.
2 main
two ma-
releases.
Okay, go
So
ahead,
Go ahead.
sorry.
2
Louis?
main releases only.
Okay,
The second one is 3 main releases
got it.
only. Third one is 2 main releases,
And 2
and
maintenance.
for some reason this chat window is not scrolling. It just disappears. I don't know what's going on with it. That is perhaps it's on Linux. Main releases and 2 main. I'm typing stuff I don't see now because of that. So if it
Well,
comes,
I'm not seeing it either, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
no, I
don't
haven't
see it.
typed it in yet, but
Oh,
now I'm
there it is. We can see it.
There it is.
yeah. And so we would vote for 1, 2, or 3 then. Is that acceptable, Louis? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just put down 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, and that'll count as the vote. I think that's fine.
actually, this put me on the spot a little bit here. I just realized that. Oh yeah, let me bring up a little chat window here quickly. Just give me a second or two. I just want to make sure I'm not voting, and then I'm going to get beat up by my HPE colleagues here. Okay, so okay, Martin and Susan, do you please look at what I typed to you guys and confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So so then we type in company name and what we vote for.
Yep, that's fair. So company name, and then either a 1 or a 2 or a 3 based on the. There you go.
And AMI.
So we need to break them.
AMI has not. Oh, AMI has voted 1. Okay. What does that mean? Does it mean that option 2 will win, or?
I don't
It
know.
looks like option 2 has 2 votes, but anyone else? It looks like there's more folks. Are those the only folks that are
That's a good question.
that are
Let me
available
bring
for
up my
voting?
piece.
'Cause otherwise,
Well, officially,
Yeah.
we have companies that are participating, fully as corporate entities.
Yeah, but let's look at the TSC. We have Theater Every. We have Kubernetes. Do we have any representatives from Kubernetes today?
they haven't been here in a while.
Okay. So then I think it is what it is. And the question is then, because I think option 2 got most votes, right? Is there anything to discuss or?
Well, just to make
That's option two.
AMI guys feel a little bit better, maybe. Option 1 is a subset of option 2, right? You don't have to participate in each release. So if you want to participate twice a year, that's fine. You know, we can structure these releases, 4 months apart or whatever, and your functionality could go in, sooner or later. I think we can decide. So how strongly do you guys believe in a 2 releases only model?
Yeah, so what Alex is saying is basically that even if option 1 didn't win, you will get an extra release a year. That's.
Yes, guys. Yeah, we are okay with like an option 2 also, since there are only one option. We prefer to have with option 1, but option 2 is also kind of, as Alex said, it's a subset of like option 1 is subset of option 2. So we will go with option 2. That's also no problem for us.
Let me just log the votes here. Okay. So we have a winner, option 2. So we're going to do 3 releases a year. So let's not necessarily get into exactly what that means, because it's going to take a while. So Susan, you and I should probably just update the release process there, right? And then we can look at that next week. Is that good with everybody? Good. I concluded that option 2, 3 main releases a year, is the winner for now. And like Alex said, as we move forward, we might or might not look at reviewing that again, right? So, okay, good. So that's good. We got past that one. So then I just wanted to check with the LFN developers days or the developer and networking. Is it developer and networking? Did I get that right? Probably is. Is there any update there, Luis, on the schedule? Do we know what day we're going to have the ODIM track, or is that going to come up later?
So I actually just sent an email earlier. Let me just pull it up on the screen. It came from Casey, and I forwarded it to the topic leads. Hold on, let me just go ahead and grab it, and then I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, here it is. I'm just going to grab sharing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I literally just sent this out. What was it doing? Did the email come up on the screen here?
Yeah, it is.
There it is. Okay, so yeah, I just sent this out just literally a few minutes before the meeting to the topic leads who for the proposals. And this came from Casey last night. Some of you may have gotten it directly because you might be on this VTech mailing list. But anyway, there's a calendar for dropping our topics, and I can help out with that. But it might be better so that you can match your calendar availability rather than I go in there. I can't see anybody's calendar and drop our sessions into a slot that you can't make. You know what I mean? So even if you could just tell me what slot you want to drop it into, I can do it. Or you can just grab this team up link right here and create a place. Distribution on the mailing for shared pages. I really don't know what's about. I don't think we used it last time. And and then there's a doodle link here.
So I guess we have just looking at the content providers. So we have AMI and Joe's doing the ODIM, the ONAP ODIM introduction. We have and Alex potentially helping out. We have Alex doing the introduction and the ODIM track for half an hour. We have a release 1.0 as well, and that I will do, or somebody from HPE, perhaps Susan. We have because if we go, it might be both of us. If I don't know if who, depending on the availability, we will go through the the features of release 1, which I will definitely talk about. And then perhaps we also, now when we have decided we have 3 releases, we can discuss that. And then we have the demo, and I know that AMI and HB has already met once to discuss the demo scenarios. So I will go on for an hour. So I think all of the content is being worked on. Is there any deadlines for this as far as presentations go, Luis? Are you aware of?
No, none really. The deadline is the day of, you know, and then you know everything will be posted, you know, after the fact.
So the demo, should we record that then and post that as well, or how will that work? Do you know?
Sure. Yeah, that'll be great. I think. Yeah, if you could share a video type of thing, and then, you know, and then a corresponding, you know, however you think the material gets across the best. You know, we can shoot a video and show it. We can do it.
We will run the demo live, right? I was just thinking if the event had a way of recording that live session and then we post it so others that cannot attend can go look at it.
Yes, we will have recording capabilities for all of these. So yeah, no problem.
Cool.
Where is I'm sorry. Where is this? This is the demo is in here, right?
Yeah.
The build and run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Let's make sure we get the full 60 minutes for that. I think we're going to need it, obviously.
Yeah, that's actually a little short, but I think we move things around. So absolutely, that's going to be.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So I think we're on track. I'll check with the others, and we try to use that schedule link to drop our sessions into it. For sure.
Yep.
Right,
just go ahead and put a placeholder in there, and then I can fill in the blanks type of thing.
Okay. Very good.
Yep.
If nothing else, well, anything else from anybody? I know that people want to leave a little early, so.
Yeah, it looks like the inauguration is starting.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hopefully we can watch that, and it's a calm and nice event. Have a good day, and talk to you next week.
Return to sanity. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, let's return to some normalcy around here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Jonas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good week.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.